Welcome to your Pilates class. I am Max. I'm going to lead you through a 45-minute classic mat Pilates class. All you need is your mat for this. No equipment required. We're going to start standing up today. So make your way to standing if you're not already there. We're going to stand with a tall, strong posture here. So pulling up through the crown of the head, rolling the shoulders down and back, and rooting through all the parts of the feet. So not leaning outwards or inwards, but distributing our weight entirely through our feet. If you happen to be in bare feet or Pilates socks, lift your toes and then root them back down. And again, rolling the shoulders down and back, lifting the chin. So find that tall, strong posture first. We're going to start with warming up our neck and move our way through our bodies from head to toe. So right ear to right shoulder, without reaching the shoulders up to the ears, back to center and over to the other side. So take this nice and slow, go from side to side. Take a couple of rounds, sometimes takes a couple of movements to start to loosen out and to warm up. And then start to make the movements a little bit more fluid, maybe dropping the chin towards the chest and circling from side to side. Take one more, chin to chest, and then lifting the chin up towards your ceiling, and again chin to chest, up and down. Again, whatever pace suits you, and only coming back and as forward as far as suits you. Bring some softness into the knees here as we stand tall. Last one, looking forward. Let's roll the shoulders up, down and back. We're going for 10 here. Make the movement bigger and bigger and bigger. We're going for here 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Let's change direction. And 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's interlace the fingers together in front of the chest and rotate the wrists, so circling out the wrists so that they don't get sore when we are on our hands and knees, and changing direction as well. We're coming back to full arms now, so full arm circles. So with your arms away from your body, your palms facing forward, reaching back, up, forward and down. So really like you want to touch the ceiling here. Stay rooted through your feet. And we're not swinging, very intentional. We really do want to warm up everything, get the blood going, let circulation going. 5, let's speed it up a little bit. 6, 7, 8, last 2, last 1. We're changing direction, so we're swimming backstroke, but we're trying not to arch the back. As we're doing it, we try to keep the torso still, keep the arms as straight as possible. Expansive, expansive, expansive. And 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1. Let's bring the hands onto the hips. Let's step the feet apart. We're just taking some trunk circles around. So basically just circling the hips. The feet stay still. Pretty much everything else is moving, and change direction here. Last 2, last 1. We're extending our arms up overhead. Inhale up towards the sky, exhale, fall forward. And now we're circling the full body up and over. So it doesn't matter which direction you've done first. We'll do both directions. So we really want to touch the floor as we come down and reach up towards the sky. Again, no swinging, really just deliberate warming up into the last 5. Last 2. Last 1. Touch the floor, change direction. So we're still in our warm up, but it's interesting to note sometimes these kind of easy looking warm-ups are the ones that we really feel in our bodies the next day. So give it your full attention. Let's go for the last 5 here. Last one. And come back to arms down by your sides or on the hips. Just straighten up the feet if they've kind of moved. And from here, we're coming into the side body, so we've warmed it up a little bit anyway. So we're going to let the right hand slide down the leg and the other hand slides upwards. So from side to side. So I'm going to have my hands just a little bit away from my body so you don't hear the fabric, but you can have your hands fully on and let them slide. So you want to go as deep as you can each side. I'm trying to keep the sides relatively the same if possible. It might be that one side feels a little easier or could be a little stiffer, but we try to make the movements as deep as each other. And then from here, I'm going to hold down, and then that hand that was coming up towards your armpit, let's send it up overhead, and then pulse down, pulsing the hand down. Go back to center, change sides, and pulsing for 10, getting deep into the side body. Come back up, release the arms down. We're bringing our hands now, the arms together in front of your chest. I'll turn to the side so you can see me. So the elbows are in line with the shoulders, interlace the hands together. So it's a little twist from side to side. Again, try to twist the same distance. Keep the feet rooted. Go slower if you want to go slower, go faster if you want to go faster. We're halfway through our warm-up here, so might be the temperature's raising a little bit. Might want to go a little faster. And keeping the feet parallel to each other. And then from here, same twist of the trunk, but we're changing the position of the arms. And start to look over your shoulder. So twists are always great for the digestive system, so if you haven't eaten yet, you don't want to do this after a heavy meal. So keep those twists going. I'm just going to turn sideways to give myself more room here because we're going to be progressing this again to reach back. So as we reach back, we extend the arm, one hand, the other hand comes to your chest, and change sides. So opening out each time. So really focus on extending your arm with a very deliberate movement, and then you'll naturally enough get that twist into the waistline that we're looking for. And again, we can speed it up once we've got the rhythm. Let's go for our last 10 here, and 10. Last 2, last 1, come back to standing. Hopefully no dizziness after that. Bringing the hands to the waist. We're going to come up onto our tippy toes. So paying a little bit more attention to the lower body. So we come up onto tippies. When we come back down, we lift the toes and place them down. So it's up onto tippies, back down. Shift your weight back so you can lift your toes. And maybe the balls of your feet as well, and back down. So we're rocking and rolling. So try to avoid kind of looking down if you can, and try to avoid starting to bend the spine forward. So stay really tall, hands to the waist will help with the balance here. So we're really getting into the ankles. Really suggest you do this with bare feet or the Pilates socks only rather than runners. Don't want it to be a little bit harder, and also you'll give them too much wear and tear. If your balance is not too good or not too good today, you can always do this one with a piece of furniture or a wall. It's a really great one for the calf muscles. And even if your balance is great, sometimes it's nice just to have a prop there, because we want to be doing some pulses. I find with the pulses it's nicer to be holding something. So we're holding at the top on the tippy toes and then a little pulse. So your heels aren't coming down, it's a little pulse upwards. 7, 8, 9, 10. Back to the full movement again. It starts to burn. We've got 4 minutes left in our warm up. 8, last 2. Last round of pulses here at the top for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the heels drop down. Extend one leg behind, other knee is bent. And have a little stretch. Lovely. Change sides. Hope that feels good. And come back to center. We're going to root into our right foot now and lift the left knee towards your chest again. You can also use furniture or a wall as a prop here. Take some ankle circles now, which is a little different movement. Changing direction. And from here, if you can, you're going to grab that foot and bring the side of your foot to, I'm glad I have the wall here, to the crease of your hip and point your knee down. So it's a hip flexor stretch. Do not be afraid to use your wall, your furniture here. And then change sides. So we're rooting into the left foot now. Bring the right knee up. Find your balance first. Take your ankle circles. Change direction. Hold on to your balance, or hold on to your prop. Get the side of your foot to the crease of your hip. Point your knee down. And hold for a couple of breaths here. And release. Let's just march it out here, because our heart rate would have dropped down with those little stretches. So we're going to build it back up a little bit. And make sure that your feet are really lifting off the floor. So if you are in upper floors, apartments, take it easy, be light-footed. The neighbours will be complaining. Just walking it out. If you're on a ground floor, go ahead and break that into a jog. So more of a jog. So whatever you can do. If you want to make this really low impact, you could actually just lift the heels up and down. So the toes and the balls of the feet stay on the mat. And relax. We're going to inhale the arms up overhead and exhale, fall forward. Similar to how we did earlier, except that we're not swinging to either side. We're just going to hang here and see if you can straighten your legs and let your head be really heavy. So to hang down. Maybe taking a few sways here, a little bit of movement. Bending and straightening alternate legs. We're turning this into a little twist now. So we're bending the right leg, straightening the left leg, and bringing your right hand to the back of your left calf. And change sides. Change sides, but this time take the left arm up towards the sky. Hold it there, change sides. Back to center, slowly rise up. Softness in the knees. And our warm up is complete. Now we get to the good part. As you can see, I am now kneeling down. So we are going to make our way to our hands and knees actually. We're going to come to our hands and knees into a tabletop position here. So we're going to get our wrists underneath our shoulders, our knees underneath our hips. And we're going to take some cat-cows, spinal movement, flexion and extension, just to make sure that spine is ready. Should be feeling pretty good after a warm-up, I hope. And finding a neutral spine here. Now we're going to extend that right leg behind, toes grip the mat. And I want you to really push back into that heel to get a big hamstring and maybe calf stretch as well. And rocking forward and back. So the ankles be well prepared for this now, so we can really roll onto the toe, onto the big toe and back. And then from here we can extend that leg up to hip height with the toe pointed. Shift your weight into your right hand, extend your left arm forward. So it's a little balance here. On an inhale, we really extend. On the exhale, we crunch elbow and knee. Blow it out your mouth here as you crunch. Inhale as you extend, exhale. We're going for 10. We're at 5. Watch your form. Lovely. Hold out that balance and gently bring hands and knees down. Moving to the other side, extend the left leg behind, toes grip the mat, really push back and then rock forward and back right up onto that toe. Let's lift that leg up now to hip height, point the toe. It doesn't need to be any higher, but it doesn't need to be any lower. Let's extend the right arm. Inhale, extend. Bring elbow to knee into your crunch. And you know, we're so focused on the arm and leg here and the balance that we forget. It's actually the core. So really focus on crunching the core. So suck it in. Hold it in. And move with purpose through these crunches. Last 5, last 4, last 3, last 2, last 1. Hold, release, release. Back to the right hand side. This time we're doing a little fire hydrant. So we're staying rooted through the fingertips, rooted through that left leg. We're opening out with the right leg out to the side. We exhale through the mouth on the exertion as we move out. So we're going for 3. And when you come back down, don't allow your full weight to drop down. So your knee is just kind of kissing your mat. Let's go for 5, slowly. 4, 3, 2, last 1, and again, and pulse out to side. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Change sides. Fire hydrant, left leg. Exhaling through the mouth on the exertion. Sucking the tummy in at all times, not just on the inhale. This is one of the most effective exercises I've found for the thigh, outer thigh and glute. Let's pulse now for 10. We're changing sides, we're coming back to the right hand side. If you have very sensitive wrists, you could always come down onto your elbows, but try to keep your lower body nice and high. But if possible, stay up in the hands. And 5, and 4, and 3. Just kissing the knee down. 2 and 1. Pulsing for 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Place the knee down. Left hand side, left leg. Exhale through the mouth. Hold that tummy in the whole time. We're on the last 2. And let's pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Place that knee down. Coming back to the right hand side with a different exercise. We're now keeping that right knee bent. Bringing the thigh parallel to the floor. We flex the right foot. And a little lift, or maybe not so little for now. Bring it up as far as you can actually, so you feel it in your glute. For 3, 4, for 5, for 6. Still exhaling on the exertion. And now pulse at the top like you're kicking your ceiling. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Place that knee down. Left hand side, same thing. So get into position first. Get your ankle over your knee and lifting up and back to knee height. I'm counting, so you don't have to. Last 2, last 1, and pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Back to the right leg, last round. Into position, foot is flexed. Up and down, so kicking the ceiling and back to parallel. Thigh parallel to the floor. Gaze is down. Got this. Last couple of the last round. And pulse. And place the knee down, change sides for the last time here. 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10 and pulse. And release the knee. Take a child's pose. Turn your palms up, knees apart, and rest here. Let's take a minute to rest. Let the heart rate and the breath settle. Let the legs rest, let the hips rest. And take deep breaths. We're already past the halfway point of our class, so just 20 minutes left. Deep breaths. Nice and slowly now. Making your way out of that child's pose and making your way to lying on your back. We're going to do our roll-ups. So making sure you've got lots of space behind you, because we're going to extend the arms up overhead and behind you on the floor. So make sure there's nothing there. So the arms are shoulder distance apart behind you, and they remain shoulder distance apart throughout the exercise. The heels remain glued to the mat. Toes are pointed. On an inhale, take a full body stretch without arching your back. On your exhale, take a full sit up. And at the end of your exhale, come forward, round your spine into a C and reach your hands forward. So we're not dropping the hands towards the feet, we're keeping them at eye line. And then we roll, slowly scooping out the tummy as we come back down. Inhale, full body stretch. Exhale, forward, 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 like someone's pulling your hands. And slowly back down. So we're going for 10, really slow and controlled. Inhale, full body stretch. Exhale, full sit up, round C curve, reaching forward. And slowly releasing back down. Full body stretch. Forward, forward, forward. Keep the hands lifted. Slowly, slowly back down. Full body stretch. Exhale. If you had something that you could tuck your feet under, like the end of your bed or something, to keep your feet from lifting, that would be really handy. Or we've got somebody there that can hold your feet down. Let's go for 6. I hope it's 6. And 7. And 8. Don't forget your breath. You can always exhale through the mouth to help you on your exertion. Last 2. Let's take this last one really slow motion. So inhale, full body stretch. Exhale, come up slowly, round the spine. Reach forward, forward, forward. Just like you've slowed down the video. Come it down really slowly. Back into your full body stretch, and then let the arms drop down by your side onto your body. Let your toes point away from each other. Let's take 5 deep breaths here. You can bring the knees into the chest now for rolling like a ball. So hugging the knees in. Let's take a few little rocks and circles here just to ease out anything going on in the lower back or anything like that. And then we're going to take rolling like a ball. So start by really hugging the knees into your chest so that your hips start to lift away from the floor. And then use that a little bit of momentum. We want to use our core to come up. Don't let the feet touch the mat. That our core is engaged the whole time. So rolling back and rolling forward. Keep the toes pointed. Allow your spine to curve. It has to curve here. And let's see if we can go slower, more controlled, so it's not just momentum. Let yourself fall back, like you could roll backwards as well and then come forwards. Let's go for 5 and 4. And just let gravity pull you back and come forward. 3. Last 2. Surprise for you at the end of this. Last 1. This last one, hold the knees into the chest so your feet are not touching the floor. You can release your arms, turn your palms up, extend out your legs and send your upper body closer to the mat. All the way down until you're in tabletop. Let's turn the palms down now. Lift head, neck and shoulders. So legs are in tabletop, head, neck and shoulders are lifted, arms are extended, palms pointing down. Make sure that the knees aren't closer to you, they are above the hips. We're pumping the arms up and down for the 100th. So taking 5 inhales in and 5 puffs through the mouth out. Keep it going. Last one. And release head, neck and shoulders. Hug the knees in. Take some rocks. We're not quite done yet. Before we cool down, we've got a little bit to do, so we're going to extend the legs up towards the ceiling. I'm going to focus on the upper abdominals again here. So we're bringing the hands behind the head just to help support the neck a bit, but we're not going to pull the head up. So keep the elbows wide is my point here. The legs do not have to be dead straight, but just extend them as high as you can. So you want to get your big toes to touch the ceiling. We'll take an inhale, on the exhale we lift head, neck and shoulders, keeping the elbows wide, crunching in towards the knees. On the inhale we come back down. Slow and controlled. We're not flying through 10 as quickly as you can. Each one is slow, controlled and precise. And 7 and 8. Last one. So now we just hold onto the back of the head with the left hand, and the right hand is going to come up onto your leg. So a little bit like our standing side stretches at the start, the way our hands were going up and down. We could feel the fabric, it's similar. So letting the hands slide up and down the leg. So like your ankle is your target here. And just be mindful that keep that left elbow out wide. So exhaling up as you reach up, slide the hand. The head is not coming fully back down in between, to try to increase that time under tension of the core muscles. So not all the way back down, reaching towards the ankle and coming down, not quite to the floor. Let's go for 5. Let's change sides, change elbows. Last one, and then both hands. So now the head has to support itself as we do 7 more. And release the knees. Take some hugs, rock circles. Beautiful. Great efforts. Let your feet find the mat here. Let your hands find the mat as well. So our knees are bent. So we're in position for our bridges. So we're going to tilt the pelvis. We haven't talked too much about the pelvis today, neutral pelvis. But for now anyway, we're going to tilt it so that we're lifting forward, pressing the lower back into the floor, and then peeling the spine piece by piece, coming up into your bridge. And let's slowly come back down. So we're going to move up and down slowly, but we're only staying at the top for a breath. So you go at your own pace. You mightn't be exactly in sync with me, but rise up as high as you can with your hips, 1 breath, and then coming back down again. So coming up and down. We've almost spent a full minute here, so try to do as few as possible in that minute. But so that means that you're going nice and slowly. The pause for a breath at the top is a long and a deep breath. Inhale and exhale, and then start to come down. So we're peeling the vertebrae and placing the vertebrae back down. Your vertebrae is a pearl necklace, and it's just a nicer visualization, isn't it, than a vertebrae. Lifting that string of pearls up and placing them back down piece by piece. So really strong in the glutes, strong in the legs. We just have 10 seconds left, so maybe just time for 1 more like this. And then slowly coming down, rest for a moment at the bottom. Let everything go. Maybe bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees drop out to the side into a bound angle. Just taking a few gentle rocks if that feels good. I'm going to repeat that process, but 1-legged. So a minute on each side, and then we cool down. So get ourselves into position for our bridge. We lift 1 leg up, knees bent, sole towards the ceiling, And we lift up, pause for a breath, and slowly down. So again, we're going for 1 minute. Can be a little bit more difficult to get the hips as high as you got them when you're one-legged. So it takes a little bit more concentration, a little bit more effort, a lot more energy needed by the muscle of the supporting leg, but you can do it. We're halfway done already. Do as few as you can in the time. Really take your time. Slow, controlled, one pearl at a time being lifted and being placed back down. We're coming into the last 20 seconds on this side before we change to the other leg. So just about time maybe for 1 or 2 more. Keep shining the sole of your foot up towards your ceiling. Coming into the last 5 seconds. Wherever you are, come down now. Change sides, no break, just rising back up into bridge to the other side, nice and slowly. Excuse me. 1 breath at the top, shining your sole, and then slowly down. You are already a quarter of the way in on this side. We are on the home stretch. We start to cool down now after this, with just 8 minutes left in our workout today. So slowly, bridges, 1 leg, shining that sole, lifting and placing that pearl necklace. And each time you lift up, it's strong, the hips are high, the foot is extended. Coming into the last 15 seconds, give this your last big piece of effort here. Last one coming up. And slowly coming back down. Amazing job. Hug your knees into your chest. Take rocks. Bring the soles of the feet together. Whatever your body is telling you to do now is what you need. So take a moment. Take some sighs. We're going to stretch out some of the muscles we worked. We're starting with the abdominal wall. So make your way onto your belly. We're going to start with a seal kind of position here. So on the belly, sliding the hands at an angle to the corners of your mat. So your middle finger is right at the middle corner of your mat. And then lifting up, so lifting your chest and your belly away from your mat, roll your shoulders down. Shine your heart forward, bring your gaze forward. You can bring your feet further apart if that makes your back feel good, or you can have your feet together for a little bit more of the glutes. But we're really focusing on getting a lovely stretch of the abdominal wall here. Don't hold your breath, no matter how tempting it might be. And then bring yourself down piece by piece, let your elbows bend. And relax here for a second. I'm going to bring the forearms now just kind of in front of your body, tucking the elbows in a little bit. So your hands are no longer at an angle, your arms are straight, your fingers are spread wide. Bring the elbows a little closer to your chest, roll your shoulders down and back, so a little sphinx. Again, gazes forward. You want to really push the pelvis into the mat and roll the shoulders back so you get the full stretch of that abdominal wall. Hopefully that feels nice. You might be able to really feel that after all the abdominal activation. And then bring yourself back down. Slide your hands in line with your chest. Tuck your elbows towards your body so your elbows are pointing towards your feet. And we are rising up into our swan dive, getting the biggest abdominal stretch here. So again, any discomfort in the back, adjust your feet. Keep pulling the shoulders down because that will give you more lift. So we don't want sore abs tomorrow necessarily. A couple more breaths. And then start to slowly, don't just drop out of this, bend the elbows, bring yourself down piece by piece, pausing anywhere that feels like a nice stretch if you want to. And as you bring yourself down, don't come all the way, bring one arm in front. And then with the other hand, reach back for the same leg. Try not to roll onto one side though, keep both hips glued to the mat and we're pulling the leg in. Again, we don't want We want the legs to stay parallel, so we don't want that knee to come out to the side. We want the legs to be parallel to each other. The thighs are still parallel to each other, but we're just grabbing that foot and looking a little bit over the shoulder if you can, pressing the floor away with the other hand. So you want to get into the quad. And release, change sides. Take your time with this. Check that knee isn't opening out to the side. You only want to target wherever you want to target. We don't want to do any damage here. Looking over the left shoulder. Releasing, bringing the hands back in line with the chest. Rise back up into that swan dive again. But then walk the knees forward. Take a child's pose. A big stretch of the arms coming up onto the fingertips to stretch out the shoulders. And pausing here. We've got a full minute here, a full minute of bliss here. If it gets too much for the shoulders to be here so long, you can let your palm reconnect to the mat. You can bring your knees closer together or further apart, depending on how your body feels today. And every time you exhale now, allow yourself to get closer to the mat. So literally flat to the mat. You've got 30 seconds here. So yes, winding down, yes, relaxing, but still a stretch. Last opportunity to go as deep into this as feels good. Really want to recover from our Pilates practice today. And then from here, we'll walk or slide the hands back, come to a seat. You can sit cross-legged here. We're just going to come back to the waistline again. We're keeping it nice and slow and chill because we are cooling down to the end of our practice. So we're going to come into Cossack arms. So with the elbows bent and up at shoulder height, one on top of the other. Sitting nice and tall, taking an inhale. On your exhale, twist to your right. Follow your gaze over the shoulder, back to center. Exhale, other side. Remember, we're keeping this chill. We're not pulsing. Slow and controlled, back to center. So very much winding down. Exhaling into the twist, always inhaling as you come back to center. We're into the last 2 minutes. Let's go for 10 of these, 10 more. Maybe go a little deeper each time. Into the last 5, going as deep as you can, as far as you can. You'll never be as warmed up as this. Last one. Back to center, relax the arms down. Change the crossing of the legs. Inhale, extend your arms out like you want to touch the walls. Really, really extend at shoulder height. Take a big inhale. On your exhale, wrap yourself into a big hug. So you can bring your hands onto your shoulders and pull them down away from your ears. Move your head. Release any tension that might have built up, especially during those sit-ups. Release your jaw. Look and see what arm is on top. We're going to take that hug again with the other arm on top. So inhale slowly, expansively out to the side. Really reach for the walls, and then give yourself that big hug. So wrap your arms as tightly around you as you can so that you can nearly touch your fingers behind your shoulders. So really strongly, and pull the shoulders down. Again, any last little movement here of head, neck and shoulders that you feel like you want to take, you can always pause on one side or in one direction. And release yourself from your own embrace. We are done. Give yourself a clap, a pat on the back, And thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for making it to the end of class. Thank you for staying with me throughout with your virtual energy, and I'll see you on the mat next time. Thank you so much. Take care.